Hi everyone, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Saldin Samuel, who is the creator of API platform.io, an end-to-end API engineering and management platform. Saldin has attended PhD College of Engineering, PhD College of Technology for Bachelor's in Engineering. Saldin has worked for around 20 years in companies such as Oracle, eBay, and Expedia Group before starting his own venture. Also, Saldin has been a part of Y Combinator program. Hi Saldin, welcome to Entrepreneur Lounge of India.
Hi, Priya. Thanks for the warm welcome.
Saldin, would you mind introducing yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. You have nicely actually described about me. Saldin got graduated in PhD College of Technology in '99. It's like 21 plus years of professional experience so far, working with companies like Oracle, eBay, Expedia, and this is kind of my second startup. Just wanted to actually try out few things what I've learned majorly in 24/7.ai and Expedia.
And tell us a bit about API platform.io. What does it do? And before that, can we tell our audience what is an API? I think more majority of the population doesn't know what is an API.
Oh, okay, sure. So it is a programming logic running on a web. You actually request something to that logic and it gives you a response, as simple as it is. So any modern day application is actually built using this kind of APIs. And the more number of APIs are being built with different kinds of categories for any kind of application. For example, if you just go ahead and type in amazon.in, and you could see numerous number of APIs got hit, even actually to render one image, right? So it's kind of a request and response mechanism from a program which is already running on the web. So that's API.
Okay.
So when actually we have worked with companies like 24/7, Expedia, and all, we got this kind of an opportunity to build and launch a lot more APIs, like this. And the the challenge was the time what actually we had taken to deliver a single API, even though it is pretty simple, like okay, I need to have an API that has to list of countries, okay, and I take 2 weeks to deliver that. And probably after delivering that, I need to have an API to deliver list of languages. Okay, again, I need to actually take another 2 weeks to deliver that. So this predominantly, put the organizations under pressure and increases the cost of delivering this kind of applications, because it takes a lot of time. Also, the process of delivering that API, right? That's not so easy, right? Enterprises actually follow continuous integration, continuous testing, continuous deployment mechanisms. Even startup actually has got that inbuilt, but they cannot actually deliver it before a week or so. Okay, so the complexity actually remains in the time to market, and also the cost actually what they spend in delivering that API. So API platform is actually now intending to solve that. Kind of a one-stop shop. You come over here, you manage anything and everything that you wanted to do for your APIs. Do it without coding anything, and it's kind of instantly creating an API and launching it on behalf of you.
Okay, nice. If you want to, you can also tell us about the other venture you had built in past.
Oh yeah, sure. So post eBay, I had a company called Red Lotus Corporate Services. We wanted to actually build e-commerce platform services to onboard a shop within a minute. Okay, so they just come configure their organization details, basically shop details, the government and legal entities, and then say a click, the shop is getting onboarded. So we ran it actually for a couple of years. We built a good number of services, and we had an exit plan. So we came out of it, and then actually I joined as an just architect for 24/7.
Okay. So now I'll go off topic a bit. Many of the
Sure.
founders they talk about exit from the startup. Can you tell our audience what is an exit? How does it happen?
Sure. Any idea is actually is getting into reality with a clear plan of action, right? So there would be a execution plan where actually you would be coming up with all your, the finance model, business model, and how you really wanted to run your business, and what kind of, the finance and other supporting model. What is your go-to-market strategy? You bring almost all the kind of a positive thing that would actually boost you up. And we also actually come up with one element called exit strategy. Okay, what would be or what could be our exit from this? So are we building to sell, or are we building to sustain, or are we building for some kind of acquisition or merger, or just do it for some time because this is hot in market, and sell it, and then actually move forward. So based on the type of business and nature of business what actually you are running into, as an entrepreneur, you would be having an idea what would be your exit plan for this particular startup. So you plan it, and it depends on person to person, depends on group to group, depends on idea, it depends on the market what actually you may have. So it depends.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now coming back to our usual questions, I would like to know when did you think of starting your own venture and becoming an entrepreneur? I think you were into very good and high paying jobs. So why would you quit and start something of your own?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, and thank you, Priya, for asking this. All this actually, started when I was in Expedia. There were, few challenges that actually we wanted to solve. So during my, 24/7 days, I was actually, taking care of productivity tools engineering organization, where how to make a developer or an organization more productive, and how to measure the productivity metrics for that. And we actually had a collaborative strategy in Expedia when I actually was hired for taking care of global partner solutions organization. And that organization was undergoing a lot of changes on platformization of their products and services at the time. So we wanted to actually have a control plane kind of stuff, where this kind of a single place where you can design or manage or monitor uh, any kind of application and services that actually you are using it for that organization. So as I told, the number of weeks that actually the organization took to deliver a single API or a bunch of applications was pretty huge. Okay, and that actually put the management under pressure. And here we actually came up with some kind of idea, why don't we automate the entire process of thing. And when actually we had worked with the management, and it was not actually really appreciated, to be frank. Okay, so wanted to actually have a clear plan of execution from Expedia, and they had executed that. That was not really working out well for me, because I thought the idea was novel and it was new. Nobody actually has got it, and why don't we actually go and try patenting this. So applied for the patent, and a month later we found that this idea was novel,
Mm-hmm.
and any kind of APIs can be configurable.
Mm-hmm.
And we also actually came up with a prototype of how to instantly create an API and deliver it. Okay, so now actually that got evolved as a platform, and now we are here to deliver any kind of APIs without coding a single line of thing.
Right. Great. I think this is the first time I have been with a founder who has filed for patents. So speaking of
Okay.
patents, I would like to ask some questions around that. Can you tell our audience what is a patent? I think many people already would know what is a patent, but what they may not know is filing a patent is a very complex process. And what is the power that comes with having a patent? Can you explain a bit on these things?
Yeah, sure. So as far as patent concerns, right? So you have an idea, and you think it's new. Okay, I use this patent mechanism to validate, invalidate, or revalidate whether my idea is new,
Hmm.
right? So the first and foremost thing is what I use this mechanism.
Hmm. Hmm.
So second, IP production, the intellectual property production is always actually good for any organization, right? See, we invent something.
Hmm.
It can be a process, product, service, whatever it is. We invent and we go actually, register that, hey, I was the one who invented this first.
Hmm.
Okay, and I would like to actually apply for the rights of this particular invention that
Hmm.
it is actually going to be with me.
Hmm.
So the patent may not actually yield you that nobody can actually go and implement the same idea, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So if I have something implemented working, and probably I may need to actually get the copyright
Hmm. Hmm.
for whatever actually I have done. So the key difference I should know from patent and the copyright is this is an idea what actually you are sharing.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
idea can be implemented in many ways by many people, and you may not actually have the control on it. But the copyright is something that the working model, the working object. This is the way. This is how it is actually it's developed or designed to work. So that is something actually you can protect against your competition.
Understood. Right. And what is the process behind filing a patent and getting it? Okay. Very
Okay.
quickly on that.
So no, I tried. This is a good question. I tried hard to get the patent actually, on my own in the beginning. Okay, coming up with all the descriptions, diagrams, and going into the site, searching for the existing patents. But somehow, actually, I was not that. Kind of fruitful in the process of filing on my own. So I approached a couple of well-known patent organizations.
Okay.
I have shared this information about this idea.
Hmm.
So we had an attorney, the patent attorney, who will be actually leading what government wants
Hmm.
to protect this IP,
Hmm.
and they have got a format.
Hmm.
So I've shared all these ideas, and they actually documented in a nice way,
Hmm.
and they would go and search for novelty of this patent, whatever actually
Hmm.
wants to be filed,
Right.
and that would take at least a couple of weeks to find it out, because they will use kind of keywords and so on, right?
Hmm.
So after that they will file a provisional, and provisional is approved, then actually they will go for complete specification.
Hmm. Looks like
So
a.
better to actually go with the patent organization who's already got some experts rather than going on our own. In US, there's a US PTO. I'm aware of people who just logs in, and they started actually filing their provisionals on their own. In India, it's different.
Hmm. Looks like a very expensive process filing a patent.
Oh yeah. It actually takes around 60,000 on an average for getting a patent actually filed completely.
60,000 US dollars.
Indian rupees.
Okay.
Indian rupees.
Okay.
Yeah. In India, in US actually it takes around up to 10,000 US dollars.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. So again, back to our course. Would like to ask when you started, how did your family react to it when you chose the path of entrepreneurship? I think it brings a lot of uncertainty to the stakeholders, especially the family, when you leave your job and start something of your own. So how did they react and how did they support you?
Yeah, it's a good question again, and you know, most of the founders and entrepreneurs, right, face this problem. at their family when they're not able to actually justify what they are doing and convince their family members on the value what actually they're adding, right? So I'm fortunate enough, I do not actually have such issues, as a family pressurizing me, or they got the consent, so I'm free to do what actually I want to do.
Mm. So it looks like your family is very supportive.
Oh yeah.
So uh, I am also assuming that you had financial runway to pursue your venture. So would like to know how were your initial days? What was the first thing you did when you left your job? What was the first thing you started working on? And how did you scout your team and arrange the funds for your venture?
um, that's a good question. When I actually came out of Expedia, the curiosity was prototype it, right? So I myself actually started coding for the prototype, of getting that API platform basics, and of course with the very strong support of few of my old friends who are expertise in technology. They also actually supported me on clearing of few things on getting that prototype. So once actually I had the concept, I started actually investing on the infrastructure, hiring people, and so on. So the budget actually really got shut up when I planned for the experienced resources. So I do have a fantastic relationship with my college, the PhD College of Technology,
Okay.
and the placement office. So I approached them. I talked to them to have a few strong, entrepreneurial minds to join with me, so that actually we can build it. So I got four of them joined me 6 months ago, and we started actually building it in a very nice way. And one of my friends who was ex CEO of well-known taxi company, he used to say this: never actually build a company with freshers or junior folks. At least try to have moderate years of experience of people, so that you have that kind of a thing, and you can delegate and you can start working. But I had pretty much fortunate enough to have folks from the college who started working on it. So the funding for getting that done was very appropriate. And Amazon AWS actually offers fantastic plans for the startup companies, so we leveraged it. And I took a workplace in 91 Springboard in Bangalore, Indiranagar. um, so they got the tie-up with AWS, so we got some extra kind of a funding also from that. So the kind of funding required for getting this MVP of this platform done was pretty much managed through the startup plans and my own funding. And then actually I started approaching a couple of my friends to enhance the ecosystem. One in the we need to actually have the strong co-founders, okay, who can drive this business globally. And I found actually one and was in the US, and the other one actually was in Australia. So now we three are trying to set up this organization across the globe. So the first level of the angel funding is kind of in progress. So we made almost all the arrangements for actually getting it done. So for people who are listening to this, whenever actually you got some idea, try to actually vet that with some kind of accelerators. Try to actually validate or invalidate the idea, whether it's potential or not. And patent is one way to look for the novelty of your idea, and try to actually partner with programs, and try to pitch in with VCs or any accelerator programs like UPECA, Y Combinator, Even Axel Venture Partners have got some kind of facilitation for second time entrepreneurs to come and pitch their ideas so that actually they can help you groom in your way. So then probably raise the angel and then go to the seed and then actually go for series. We are actually well funded at this point in time. The runway is pretty good, at least for an year. And we got now 9 engineers, working with us. So along with the co-founding members and a couple of technical experts consulting with us on a part-time basis.
Right. So I'd like to ask a question regarding accelerators. Uh, in India, can you name few of the accelerators which are accessible by Indian entrepreneurs, people who are in early stage? Because not everyone can apply to Y Combinator. Even if they apply, the selection criteria is very difficult. Also, not too many Indian entrepreneurs who may have good idea may not have the required. There are barriers like language barrier are there. Also, there they belong to a different community altogether. So, is there any support system in India itself similar to Y Combinator? Uh, uh, Anything on that?
Um, mm, there is none similar to Y Combinator because their model is completely different.
Mm,
And I'm sure, I wish, Priya, you guys actually grow in that space. But when you have your startup established and you started actually getting some monthly recurring revenues, there are few accelerators, and I would strongly recommend one among them, which actually I am well aware of, which is Upeka.
okay, Upeka.
So that is actually run by a senior person who are working in Microsoft,
Mm,
and a bunch of like-minded people actually are running it. And I'm sure there are significant number of companies are getting benefited out of UPECA.
mm,
And Axel is also actually encouraging the startups, so they're approachable, and provided actually they have got their own plans and programs, and they invite people. They pick and choose, and then actually invite
mm,
people to have. In fact, Axel launches uh, this kind of accelerator for students also. I mean, the young entrepreneurs. If you're around 14, 15 years of age, you got an idea, you can just go approach Axel, and they can actually help you to grow.
right. So now I would like to ask about your venture. The you when you started out on your venture API platform, you must have some plan or vision in mind. So what is your vision, and how far have you reached in terms of milestones compared to what you planned initially?
It's about reimagining the scale and agility of an organization to deliver their application. And a very simple reason behind that is, you take any company, it's a startup, enterprise, or a mid-sized company. If they want to deliver an application, and are they actually focusing only on their idea? Are they focusing only on delivering that application? The answer actually, unfortunately, is no, right? So they have to actually bring in all the support system, infrastructure, and then you bring in developers, testers, and then you go for all the processes just to actually deliver single line of change in your code base. It has to go through a lot of processes, and it's pretty expensive effort. So the vision is to reimagine the scale and agility of an organization, fostering the innovation, and possibly redefine how these applications are being developed nowadays. So we don't really need to code, but all you need is, hey, I know how this application will look like. Come to the platform, drag and drop. Yeah, this is okay. Deploy, access. My application is ready. So we want to actually get there.
Hmm. Right. So now I would ask, what are the challenges you faced along the way while building this platform?
Um, Go to market is the primary challenge. So initially, as you know, we started, as you know, with one piece of automation for one segment of API, which is like, CRUD API. You give me a database of any kind, I can actually, give you an application or a API that can actually perform the data access operations onto the database without writing a single line of code. Okay.
Hmm.
And all other operational metrics actually would be configured.
Hmm.
But when actually we really, got into the market, talking to the clients through the demos and during the feedback gathering sessions,
Hmm.
hey, this is good, but do you want me to use your platform only for, CRUD APIs or data access APIs?
Hmm.
So the key pain point actually relies on building business logics.
Hmm.
So how can I build my business or application logic using your platform? Can we do that for backend services?
Hmm.
So that was a huge question. There are no code platforms for front end application development, but there is no code platform for building backend services at this point in time.
Okay.
So that is the problem that actually we had taken, and we had successfully solved it
Hmm.
and onboarded a couple of clients in the recent past. That was a major problem. The GTM was a challenge.
Hmm. Hmm. Right.
And being in India, the challenge actually is getting added more because USA is the technology capital for such kind of initiatives.
Hmm.
So if actually we'd have operated from USA and talking to people, like-minded people in USA about this idea, driven the entire GTM from there would have been a different ball game altogether. No, that's my experience as such.
Right. Uh, Now, would like to know who is your role model when it comes to entrepreneurship? You can exclude Elon Musk from this list.
No, actually, no. I would name probably three.
Hmm.
One is, I mean, everyone's favorite, the inventor of the century, Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Um, Second, the Jeff Bezos,
Hmm.
the CEO of Amazon.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, in fact, this platform was truly inspired by his vision.
Okay.
Okay. So he wanted us, get each and every communication happening between services, through APIs. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I got actually inspired by that vision, and then this idea came. And third was Thomas Kurian. He is now Google's cloud platform CEO.
Okay.
He was actually the president of Oracle,
Okay.
and we were part of his organization. The,
Hmm.
the way actually he thinks about productization of any kind of a practice is always, as it's amazing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So these three actually are my role models. Yeah, I always actually got inspired by these three.
Right. Now, my question is, how do you compare entrepreneurship with a 9 to 5 job? I think you have been to both of these lives. So, how do you compare both of them?
Yeah, it's a different, right? So it depends as well. So it depends on the people first. Okay, I'm sure, and I know there are few of my friends working for a company for more than 15 years in the same company. Okay, and they enjoy it and they like it,
Hmm.
and they feel pretty safe and secured to carry on with a job like that. There are few of my colleagues and friends wanted to do something really, really good and leave the legacy in the society, right? So I'm the second category. Okay, I just wanted to actually leave the legacy in terms of platform or in terms of some kind of entity that would always help others either to accelerate what they want to do,
Mm,
or they find it very easy or economical.
mm,
um, yeah. So uh, I love actually being in the second category. The key difference is, this is your own baby,
mm,
right?
mm.
So you seed it, right? You seed it, and it comes up, and it's budding and it's growing and it's coming as a tree and it gives you fruit. And if you could actually see the fruit from the tree, what actually you grew it from a seed, the happiness actually what you get is something enormous. Okay, versus there is a farm, a lot of bunch of trees seeded by others, and it also actually got fruits. You can go, you can actually pluck it and eat it, but you know to my actually humble opinion, you won't feel that that's yours.
That is so true. So I think we are very short of time now. I'll just rush through. Only two questions left. One is how our audience can start their entrepreneurial journey. Let me tell you a bit about our audience. They're students and college graduates who are into their first job. Maybe these are the kind of people who are energetic and who want to be entrepreneurs someday. How they can start their journey.
It's good to actually observe that the student community is now growing a lot in the entrepreneurial areas, and they got a hell lot of ideas. They wanted to actually get started with the company even after they're completing their course. It's just pretty much welcome, and I do really appreciate. And when actually they really wanted to actually get onto it, managing time is pretty important for them. So how do they manage the time between their regular work and the entrepreneurial preparation, and getting into an idea and vetting that with you know um, kind of getting the patent, or see the novelty of that particular thing, and then approach a client who's pretty appropriate for that particular thing, and then try to have at least one client and start delivering for that client. Okay, so because they got actually a lot of time in the
Mm,
in the run, so not in a hurry.
mm,
So the ideas are actually there, and they can actually continuously improve on delivering it for a client, and client base increases. The maturity of the product or service what actually they deliver is also kind of increasing, right?
right.
So organic growth is very essential,
Mm,
and managing time to contribute consistently for
mm,
the regular stuff and the entrepreneurial stuff is pretty much required.
mm.
So these are the two things actually I would really emphasize for the students who want to become entrepreneurs.
Uh, my last question: what is your final message to our audience who are potential entrepreneurs? Uh, and anything else you wanted to share and you couldn't due to my questions, you can share it now.
I'm sure actually it's going to be new normal in the world after this pandemic, and people actually would try to invest on the new technologies that reduces the time for getting things done, or the commute reduces the commute, or trying to actually have something from where actually they are without going out of their place, right? So this would require a lot more inventions to happen. Okay, and we are not yet there, and I'm sure it needs loads of strong entrepreneurial minds to think beyond the circumstances and the opportunities what we have to plan for our future. So the future is going to be a new normal, and we have to get prepared for that. And it can be done only through the innovation, and especially happening on the technology.
Right. Well, it was a pleasure to have you here at ELI. I think our audience should have got lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time, Saldin, and our best wishes for API platform.io.
Thank you very much, Priya, and thanks to all the viewers of ALI, and special mention to you, Priya, for inviting me for this interview. I'm really glad talk to you and your viewers. Thank you very much.
Viewers, you can follow and connect with Saldin on LinkedIn by searching for Saldin Samuel. Also, do visit API platform website by typing API platform.io. So, whom do you
Sure.
want to have here at ELI for next episode? Do let me know in comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back before you know it. Stay tuned to Entrepreneurial Launch of India.